This did not happen, nor can we confirm that Blinken claimed that he sent 19 separate messages to Americans telling them to leave the country since March of this year. Also unclear is the truth of the Biden claim that no military commander recommended leaving behind a residual force, even though all of you, starting courageously with General Scott Miller, have now made it clear that your professional military advice was to do so. On August 26, I formally requested all letters referenced that day by Biden from military commanders advising him on the Afghanistan withdrawal. To date, I haven't received a response. As a 31-year Army veteran myself, grateful to have 4 sons who have served in Iraq, Egypt, the southern border, and Afghanistan, I was immediately skeptical letters existed. President Biden left behind thousands of American citizens, green card holders, brave interpreters, and Afghan media reporters who worked with the United States. Biden was correct when he said the buck stops with him as the person responsible for Afghanistan, as well as for the terrorists that are now crossing the southern border to plan attacks on American neighborhoods. In addition to betraying the American citizens and the U.S. allies in Afghanistan, the Biden decision to have a premature withdrawal left the people of Afghanistan, who had 60,000 troops killed by the Taliban, under the complete control of the Taliban, a barbaric terrorist organization, as General Milley has confirmed, with al-Qaeda. Again, Biden was correct. The buck stops with him. The war has moved from...
Meanwhile...
Come back just in time for more new TV and unlimited DVR to record it all.
Secretary Austin, Chairman Milley, General McKenzie.
Steamed hands accept I put SpongeBob clips over the audio.
As someone who is also
233K views. 3 years ago.
Of your service.
How to craft the 1 million.
First deployed to Operation Enduring Freedom in 2005. I am glad that U.S. involvement in the war is over, and I support the President's decision. However, I'm concerned that the accelerated withdrawal, the strategic failure and fall of Afghanistan to the Taliban has damaged U.S. credibility with our allies and partners. As a former C-17 mission commander, I will never forget those images that I saw early in the morning of 15 August from Kabul, where total chaos at HK and Afghans falling out of the sky, desperate to flee the country. So I think my testimony, my question was focused on Secretary Austin's testimony, and it's really on the NEO operation that my colleagues, Rep. Crow and had referred to. And so, Secretary Austin, in your testimony, you stated that military planners had crafted a number of...
Later. A few moments later. A few moments later.
The United States and the Taliban seem not ready for negotiations. The two are taking increasingly hardline stances on how to engage. Earlier sources told WION that Taliban is not willing to meet America in a neutral territory. They want the United States to come down to Kabul. This is because the Taliban believes they are the victorious forces in the Afghan war. United States, on the other hand, want to deal from a position of strength. In the House hearing, U.S. generals reiterated continuously that the Taliban remain a terror group. U.S. generals even said that Afghan failure was rooted in the Doha deal, which brings us to the question, how relevant is the Doha agreement? Those peace talks were abandoned by the Taliban. They overthrew the civilian government. So is the Doha agreement still alive? Both sides have violated its terms. Joe Biden changed the deadline for U.S. troop withdrawal, and the
eventually.
This edition with some big news coming in from Afghanistan. There has been a blast in the capital, Kabul. According to the spokesperson of Taliban's Ministry of Information, at least 5 people have been killed in the blast, 10 have been injured. This blast took place at the entrance of the Eidgah Mosque, where a memorial service was being held for the mother of Taliban's Deputy Information Minister, Zabiullah Mujahid. The Eidgah Mosque is the second largest mosque in Kabul after the Pule Kishti Mosque. The visuals on your screen have been showing ambulances rushing to the mosque where the attack took place. As per the latest coming in, 3 people have been arrested near the blast site. No one has immediately claimed responsibility for the attack. However, since the Taliban took over Afghanistan in mid-August,